Hello everyone. Today's Cretaceous profile remake we're going to be doing is Alamosaurus is a genus of Auspicicalidae titanosaurine sauropod dinosaurs containing a single known species, Alamosaurus senhauensis, from the Maastrichtian age of the late Cretaceous. It lived between 70 to 66 million years ago in what is now southwestern North America. Isolated vertebrae and limb bones indicate that it reached size comparable to Argentinosaurus and Protosaurus, which would make it the absolute largest dinosaur known from North America. Its fossils have been recovered from a variety of rock formations spanning the Maastrichtian ages. Specimens of a juvenile Alamosaurus have been recovered from only a few meters below the Cretaceous Paleogene boundary in Texas, making it among the last surviving non-avian dinosaur species. Alamosaurus is only known sauropod to have inhabited North America. After their nearly 30 million year absence from the North American fossil record, or known as sauropod hiatus. For those of you who don't know what sauropod hiatus is, the sauropod hiatus is a period in the North American fossil record for most of the late Cretaceous noted for its lack of sauropod remains. It may represent an extinction event, possibly caused by competition with ornithischian herbivores, habitat loss from the expansion of the Western Interior Seaway, or both. Alternatively, it has been argued that the hiatus represents a decrease in inland deposits that would have effectively preserved the animals, creating the illusion of an extinction. The sauropod hiatus ended shortly before the end of the Cretaceous, with the appearance of Alamosaurus, most likely an immigrant from South America in the southern parts of North America, and probably represents an immigrant from South America. Alamosaurus was a gigantic quadrupedal herbivore with a long neck, long tail, and relatively long limbs. Its body was at least partly covered in bony armor. In 2012, Thomas Holtz gave a total length of 30 meters, 98 feet or more, and approximate weight of 72.5 to 80 tons, 80 to 88 short tons or more, though most complete remains came from juvenile or small adults specimens, meaning we have now found a fully grown adult Alamosaurus. 3 fragmentary specimens, SMP VP-1625, SMP VP-1850, and SMP VP-2104 suggest that adult Alamosaurus could have grown to enormous size comparable to the largest known dinosaurs like Argentinosaurus, which it has been estimated to weigh 73 metric tons, 80 short tons. Scott Hartman estimates Alamosaurus based on large incomplete tibia that probably refers to it being slightly shorter at 28 to 30 meters, 92 to 98 feet, and equal weights of other massive titanosaurs such as Argentinosaurus and Protosaurus. It is currently the only titanosaur known from North America. However, he says that at the moment, scientists did not know whether the massive tibia belongs to Alamosaurus or a completely new species of sauropod that is yet to be described or named. In 2019, Gregory S. Paul estimated SMP via VP-1625 at 27 tons, 30 short tons, and he also mentioned a large partial interior caudal vertebrae, and that suggests an Alamosaurus specimen that is 15% dimensionally larger and with similar mass of his Dreadnoughtus estimation of 31 tons, 34 short tons. In 2020, it is estimated the size of the largest individual at 26 meters, 85.3 feet, and 38 tons, 42 short tons. Though no skull has been found, rod-shaped teeth have been found with Alamosaurus. Skeletons and probably belonged to this dinosaur. The vertebrae from the middle part of its tail had elongated centra. Alamosaurus had vertebral lateral fossa that resemble shallow depressions. Fossae that similarly resemble shallow depression are known from Saltosaurus, Malarisaurus, and Ailosaurus, and Gondwanan titan. Vibriosaurus also had depression like fossae, but its depression protruded deeper into the vertebrae. Were divided into two chambers and extend farther into the vertebral columns. Allosaurus had more robust readily than Venenosaurus. Now for its history. Allosaurus remains have been discovered throughout the southwestern United States. The holotype was discovered in June of 1921 by Charles Whiteley Gilmore, John Bernard Reeside, and Charles Hazel Sternberg at the Barrel Springs, Arroyo, in the Nascobito member of the Ocho Alamo Formation, or Crete Land Formation under a different definition of New Mexico. This formation was deposited during the Maastrichtian age of the late Cretaceous period. Bones also have been recovered from other Maastrichtian formations, like the North Horn Formation of Utah and the Black Peaks, El Picacho and Javelina formations of Texas. Undescribed titanosaur fossils closely associated with Alamosaurus have been found in the Evanston Formation in Wyoming. 3 articulated caudal vertebrae were collected above Ham's Fork and are housed at a museum of paleontology. University of California, Berkeley. However, these specimens have not been described, even to this day. In 1946, Gilmore presumably described a more complete specimen, USNM 15660, found on July 15th, 1937, on the North Horn Mountain of Utah by George B. Pierce. It consists of complete tail and complete right forelimb, except for the fingers, which later research showed do not offside with Titanosauridae and both Ischicha. Since then, hundreds of other bits of pieces from Texas, New Mexico, and Utah have been referred to Alamosaurus, often without much description, despite being fragmentary. Until the second half of the 20th century, they represent much of the globally known titanosaurid material. The most completely known specimen, TMM 43621-1, is a juvenile skeleton from Texas, which allowed educated estimates of the length and mass. Some blocks cataloged under the same association accession number as the relatively complete and well-known Alamosaurus specimen, USNM 15660, and found in very close proximity to the based on bone impressions, were first investigated by Michael Britt Sorman in 2009. In 2015, he reported that the blocks contained osteoderms, the first confirmation of their existence on Alamosaurus. The restored Alamosaurus skeletal mount at the Pierrot Museum circular reference pictured right was discovered when student Dana Biasotti, a member of an excavation team at a nearby site, went on a hike to search for more dinosaur bones in the area. Now for classification. In 1922, Gilmore was uncertain about the precise affinity of Alamosaurus and did not determine it any further than a general sauropod. In 1927, Friedrich placed it in Titanosauridae. Alamosaurus was in any case an advanced and derived member of the group Titanosauria, but its relationship within the group are far from certain. The issue is further complicated by some researchers rejecting the name Titanosauridae and replacing it with Saltosauridae. One major analysis unites Alamosaurus with Auspicicladia in a subgroup Auspicicladiae of Saltosauridae. A major completing analysis finds Alamosaurus as a sister taxon to Pellegrinosaurus, with both genera located just outside Saltosauridae. Other scientists have also noted peculiar similarities with the Saltosaurid. Nucansaurus, and the Brazilian Trigonosaurus, which is used in many cladonistic and morphologic, morphologic analysis of titanosaurines. A recent analysis published in 2016 by Anthony and Ron indicates that Allosaurus was a sister taxon to Lacanisaura, and therefore to species such as Futaglochanosaurus and Mendozasaurus, lying outside Saltosauridae, possibly being descended from the close relations to the Saltosauridae. Based on some anthropomorphies of cervical vertebral morphologies and two cladist analysis, the same study also suggests that the ancestors of Alamosaurus hailed from South America instead of Asia. And for age, Allosaurus fossils are most notably found in the Nascimento member of the Ocho Alamo Formation, dated between about 69 to 68 million years old, and in the Javalia Formation, though the exact age range of the latter has been difficult to determine. A juvenile specimen of Allosaurus has been reported to come from the Black Peaks Formation, which overlies the Javalea in Big Bend, Texas, and also straddles the Cretaceous Paleogene boundary. The Alamosaurus specimen was reported to come from a few meters below the boundary, dated to 66 million years ago, though the position of the boundary in this region is uncertain. Only one geological site in the Javalea Formation has yielded the correct rock types of the radiometric dating so far. The outcrop situated in the middle strata of the formation, about 90 meters, 300 feet below the KPG boundary, and within the local range of Allosaurus fossils, was dated to 69 to 0.9 million years old in 2010. Using this date is correlation with a measured age from the underlying Agja formation and the likely location of the KPG boundary and the overlying Black Peaks Formation. The Allosaurus fauna seems to have lasted from about 70 to 65 million years ago, with the earliest records of Alamosaurus near the base of the Javalea Formation, and the latest below the KPG boundary in the Black Peaks Formation. Allosaurus is only known sauropod to have lived in North America after the sauropod hiatus at nearly 30 years, interval for which no definite sauropod fossils are known from the continent. The earliest fossils of Allosaurus dated to the Maastrichtian age around 70 million years ago, and it rapidly became dominant, large herbivore of the southern Lamidia. The origins of Alamosaurus are highly controversial, with these hypotheses that have been proposed. The first of these, which has been termed the Austral immigrate scenario, proposed that Alamosaurus is descended from South American titanosaurs. Alamosaurus is closely related to the South American titanosaurs, like Pellegrinosaurus, for example. Alamosaurus appears in North America at the same time that Hadrosaurs, closely related to North American species, first appeared in South America, suggesting that the Alamosaurus lineage crossed into the North America on the same routes as Hadrosaurs crossed into South America. The ancestral immigrated hypothesis have been challenged on the grounds that the routes connecting North and South America during the Maastrichtian may have contests of separate islands, which would have present challenges to the diaspora of titanosaurs. A second scenario, termed the inland herbivore scenario, suggests that titanosaurs were present in North America throughout the late Cretaceous, and that their apparent absence reflects the relative rarity of sauropod fossil sites, preserving the upland environments that titanosaurs favored, rather than their true absence from the continent. However, there is no evidence for sauropods in North America between the mid-Cenomanian and the early Maastrichtian, even in strata that preserves more upland environments and sauropods that lived in North America before the hiatus are basal titanosaur forms, such as Sahelanthropus and Sauroposeidon, and not Lithostratian titanosaurs. A third option is that, as in the Austral immigrate scenario, Alamosaurus is not native to North America, but originated in Asia instead of South America. Alamosaurus is commonly considered to have be closely related to Asian titanosaurs, Ospicida, but this is based on analysis that did not take Alamosaurus's South American relative, Pellegrinosaurus, into account, though many dinosaurs crossed between Asia and North America across the Bering Land Bridge. Sauropods were poorly adapted for high latitude environments, and Beringia would have been an inhospitable environment for titanosaurs, meaning it's impossible for a sauropod to cross from Asia to North America. Furthermore, in order to reach southern Lamidia from Asia, Alamosaurus would have had to cross through northern Lamidia, which contains no known sauropod fossils of comparable age to Alamosaurus, despite containing the best studied dinosaur faunas on the continent. Overall, a South American origin has been favored by several studies and was regarded as the only viable origin for Alamosaurus and for its paleoecology. Skeletal elements of Alamosaurus are among the most common late Cretaceous dinosaur fossils found in the United States Southwest and are now used to define the fauna of that time and place, known as the Alamosaurus fauna in the south of late Cretaceous North America. The transition from the Edmontanian to the Lacaean faunal stages even more dramatic than it was in North. Thomas described it as the abrupt reemergence of fauna with a superficially Jurassic aspects. These faunas are dominated by Alamosaurus, featured abundant Quetzalcoatlus in Texas. The Alamosaurus and Quetzalcoatlus Association probably represent semi-arid inland plains. Contemporaries of Alamosaurus in North America in the American Southwest include Tyrannosaurus macraensis, Ochoraptosaurus, Cretaceous, Glyptodontopelta, Torosaurus utahensis, Brachioceratops, and Ochoceratops, and non-dinosaur taxa had shared the same environment with Alamosaurus include Quetzalcoatlus. Various species of fish and rays, amphibians, lizards, turtles, and multiple species of multituberculates. Now, it wouldn't have to worry about predators because nothing can hunt them. Well, except if an Alamosaurus is a sick, old, injured, or a young individual, would have been preyed by T. macraensis. But there is no evidence that T. macraensis or T. rex would have hunted Alamosaurus, unless they find fossils of bite marks on the remains of Alamosaurus, which they have not found yet. Let me guess. If they find a fossil of it by the time this video is over, I wouldn't be surprised. And that's it for Alamosaurus. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you later, guys.